Hello, folks. We have had a quiet couple of weeks since Khazan's latest update. There hasn't been much to report, and instead of scraping an otherwise empty barrel, I figured I'd let Khazan breathe a little bit before inevitably returning for the latest news and updates. Before we get into said updates, I would like to announce that I am now hosting my second ever Steam Key giveaway. The first was Expedition 33, which we gave away just a month or so ago, and I'm now glad to say I do have one free Steam Key for Khazan's Deluxe Edition that I will be giving away very shortly. To enter into this competition, you simply need to hit subscribe and then comment hello folks below. Today's date is the 12th of June and I'll be drawing a winner on Friday the 20th of June, so hopefully whoever does win can spend the ensuing weekend getting stuck in. To reiterate these conditions, simply hit subscribe and then comment hello folks below. I'll be doing a live prize draw on Friday the 20th of June, which will remain on the channel for a number of days, and I'll be announcing the winner in a public post on the same day. One thing I will add is, please be sure to check for any emails, replies to comments, etc. that you may receive from myself. If no one claims the code within a week of winning, then I will be redrawing a winner until someone eventually does claim the key. I can only do so much to contact the winner, so please keep an eye out for any updates. I will also be hosting this giveaway on one or two more Khazan videos over the next few days, so for the sake of my own sanity, please only enter in once, as I will be reading out any double entries. Otherwise, best of luck, folks. Okay, so with that out of the way, let's get stuck into our latest Khazan news. As of yesterday, being the 11th of June, we did receive a small update regarding the future patch that should be out within the next week or so. We'll read through the entire thing, stopping once or twice as we go, but I will give most of my own thoughts at the very end. Hello Berserkers, this is the ever honourable and transparent Master and Commander Sir Jun-Ho Lee, Creative Director of the first Berserker Khazan. Around this time last year, I remember thinking by next spring Khazan will be out. Now summer is already upon us here in Korea. It has been 3 months since launch and almost 100 days now. It hasn't been an easy journey, but thanks to your support and enthusiasm, Khazan has achieved great results so far, and we are truly grateful. And now I can finally reveal a spoiler I have been holding on to. We are preparing a special gift as a token of our appreciation for anyone who has played the game since launch. We'll be sharing more details in a separate announcement soon, so please hang tight. Now, this is exciting. I, for one, definitely checked that box, and I'm sure a lot of the day one players will at least be intrigued to find out exactly what this is. Ultimately, we will have to wait and see what it is and how the player base reacts. However, rest assured, I'll be churning out the next update video as soon as possible. Now, let's dive into the upcoming update. Gameplay experience improvements. We're finally adding some long-awaited features. The skill preset system will be added, as well as the gear preset system also. Inventory sorting by name will be added, and storage capacity increased from 100 to 500 slots. We're also updating the drop rate for set item crafting materials from main mission bosses to 100%, and increasing the drop rate for the Augment of Wisdom. A combo tutorial will be added. We've made it easier to learn various skill combos. You'll now find a new combo tab within the encyclopedia with basic combo guides for each skill tree level. Try checking out combo information and practicing directly in-game. Difficulty system improvements. Big changes are coming to the difficulty system. The current easy difficulty will be renamed to normal, and normal will now become the default setting when starting a new game. The current normal difficulty will be renamed to challenge. The new difficulty beginner is being added. This new setting includes added conveniences to help players who are new to action games learn Khazan's combat system in a more comfortable and less stressful way. If this difficulty feels too low, you can always switch to normal or challenge at any time. For those looking for a real challenge, we are also adding a new hardcore difficulty. Hardcore is a special difficulty that unlocks after completing the first playthrough on challenge. It can be started as a new game, and difficulty cannot be changed mid-playthrough. As the toughest difficulty, hardcore hides monster HP and stamina gauges, and support systems such as the Spirit of Advocacy, Phantom Form, and Change attributes are also disabled. Hardcore also features its own balance settings and a unique camera lock-on perspective, offering a fresh and intense way to experience Khazan. Online demo will be temporarily suspended. Following steady updates after launch and the major difficulty revamp within this patch, the gameplay experience between the demo version and the full game has grown significantly different. We have therefore decided to suspend access to the demo version for now, and will reassess our future plans before providing an update. We appreciate your understanding as we strive to provide a more consistent experience across the board. Now, I see one glaring issue with this sneak peek at the next update, which would be the lack of details regarding the weapon scaling that was announced roughly a month ago. Of course, it could just be that the weapon scaling hasn't been teased here, but will still be included with the next update. However, I myself was looking forward to this change the most, and I'm hoping it hasn't been delayed. I'll be keeping my eyes peeled for it in the actual patch notes, and if it isn't included, it'll be interesting to see if it's at least mentioned within the notes. But of course, as always, we will have to just wait and see. Continuing with the update, we've consistently worked to improve the game by listening closely to your feedback both before and after Khazan's release. We believe that game design isn't something set in stone, it's something we shape and refine together with our players. That's why the most important question we ask ourselves when reviewing feedback is, does this expand Khazan's gameplay experience? Our goal isn't just to remove inconveniences, it's to help players better understand and enjoy the game. For example, the previous balance patch included a nerf to the Trance Spear build. Even though this might be less fun for existing players, we made this decision because we believe it is more important to provide new players with an experience and environment where they can explore various playstyles and carve out their own paths. Before the patch, the Transpam build was widely seen as the only viable option, whilst other styles were considered inefficient or not worth using. This seemed counter to our intent, which is for players to better understand the game, discover diverse strategies, and develop their own playstyles. Our approach is to support diverse playstyles and find the in-game balance by improving underused skills and builds rather than weakening strong ones. However, in the case of Trance, the performing gap compared to other weapons and skills was simply too large, and a nerf was unavoidable. We realize no balance patch can be perfect. Even so, we've done our best to find the most reasonable middle ground. After this patch, we'll continue to collect feedback and work towards a game experience that satisfies as many players as possible. We're deeply grateful for your continued support, patience, and willingness to share your thoughts, even if the direction of a patch wasn't what you had hoped for. We're especially careful when it comes to balance-related feedback. Each comment is thoroughly reviewed, and we closely monitor gameplay data to track trends and identify where future adjustments may be needed. We'll keep pushing forward in every way we can to make this game even better. Thank you truly for your unwavering love and support for Khazan. Yours sincerely, Sir Junho Lee. Now, as I've mentioned many times over the past few weeks, these changes have seen lots of controversy, but I also previously said it was going to take some time to see how these changes actually affected the overall experience and whether they were ultimately for better or worse. Honestly, I've debated this less and less just recently, and I'm now firmly of the mindset that these changes have been for the best. Trance did need a nerf, and at first I felt the nerf may have been more drastic than it needed to be, but watching all of the alternative options come out for Spear over the past few weeks has been really refreshing to see. My overall favourite would be Dr. Zero's lab, where he has recently been crafting new builds from the recent changes and showing just how much more versatile Spear builds have become. I highly recommend checking him out, as you'll get a deep dive into how good these changes have been and that they have in no way marred the entire experience. I'll leave a link for the channel in the description below, and a big shout out to Dr. Zero for all the help he's been delivering to the community just recently. Now, of course, this is just a sneak peek into the future patch. Some of the past updates have been way bigger than we were expecting, and I've learned to not anticipate and just go with the flow when patch day does eventually arrive. Sometimes the patch notes drop a day or two before the actual update. Sometimes it seems to be only a few hours before. I can tell, however, that it is brewing, and within the next week or so, the update will have come and gone, and we will be looking at a slightly different Khazan altogether. That'll be nothing new to say the least. As Sir Junho Lee said himself, it's been nearly 100 days since Khazan released, and we've already seen an absolute ton of changes since launch. From small adjustments like notification prompts for soulstone leveling, the option to reset your soulstone or Khazan memories, or being able to see every attribute available whilst modifying equipment, and even bigger changes such as fast traveling from one blade Lexus to another, boss replayability and rewards becoming more convenient, or the entire overhaul for the skill trees and armor sets. It really does beg the question of what we can expect over the next 100 days if we have received all of these changes and quality of life additions, whilst also receiving additional content despite it being very challenging. We can only expect a similar experience for the next 100 days. I'd be inclined to say we can expect the work ethic to slow down just a little, as there is only so much quality of life needed, and Neeple's focus will inevitably have to steer more towards additional DLC that does focus on delivering new experiences. However, Neeple have very much surprised us thus far with their incredible work ethic and rarely seen levels of transparency, so I also wouldn't be too surprised if we continue to receive regular updates, more quality of life added, and additional surprises here and and there along the way. They do tend to announce things nice and early, so I'd like to see additional content announced over the coming months. Of course, it's very early days right now, but I'm quite positive they are cooking something big in the background whilst they give us this constant stream of updates roughly every 2 weeks or so. It's important to not begin expecting too much, so my own reservations are very much in check, but Khazan is shaping up nicely just recently, and I honestly don't see much room for overall improvement beyond bigger changes or additional content. So we will have to wait and see, and as always, rest assured, I will be reporting as soon as possible. Now, to wrap things up for this video, I did just want to mention the free Steam key giveaway once again. Today's date is the 12th of June, and I'll be closing the applications and announcing a winner on Friday, the 20th of June. To enter, simply hit the subscribe button and then comment hello folks below. Then on Friday, the 20th of June, keep an eye out for a video and public post that will be announcing the winner. Again, also keep an eye out for any direct contact from myself. If the key remains unclaimed for a week, then I'll be doing a redraw until the key is eventually claimed. Finally, this is a Steam key giveaway for the deluxe edition of Khazan and will not work with any other platforms. Anyway, that is just about it for this video, folks. I do, of course, have a range of guides and news videos on the channel, so do feel free to stop on by and check things out. Otherwise, thanks for watching, folks, and until next time, peace.